Hey everyone, it's Ali for All Things Mobile, and we're going to take a look at the user interface on the BlackBerry Z10 and BlackBerry 10 platform. So the BlackBerry 10 platform actually operates a little bit differently than other mobile operating systems. And what you'll notice is on the face of the device, there are no buttons. You do have buttons at the side for volume and at the top as a quick screen off, but you don't have any buttons on the face of the device because these four borders or bezels or parts of the frame are touch sensitive. So the touchscreen extends beyond the actual screen and it goes into the black zone, which is also true for the playbook. This is something that's been with the playbook. It's also been used in WebOS, so it's kind of interesting. It's a little bit different than what's currently in market. So to turn on the device without pushing this button, you swipe from the bottom bezel upwards and you get the nice new lock screen. And what's neat is if you want to quickly check the time, you would kind of just swipe up, and if you swipe back down, it turns the display off. So if I just want to check the time, I can just do that and quickly check the time. Now if I want to power on the device, I can swipe all the way to the top and the device powers on. So this whole UI is icon based as well as gesture driven. So the first gesture that you'll be using a lot is the multitasking gesture, or the multitasking gesture. So if I'm in the calendar, I open an app. This is the calendar, for example. I swipe up, and this is the multitasking view. This is called active frames. If I open up BlackBerry Remember, same thing. I just swipe up, and I can see both my apps are there. So that's a very convenient gesture. Also, if you're in an app, you can swipe up and you'll see the notifications. This is called the peek gesture. So the peek gesture is very useful because no matter where you are, if you're in an app or if you're not even in an app, it still works. No matter where you are, peek always works. And that's a quick way just to quickly glance at your notifications. You can see I've got 3 emails and 4 BlackBerry Messenger messages. So that's good to know. And also, there's another gesture, the swipe down gesture. It's the options. So if you are in the calendar, you swipe down, you get additional options, and from there on, those are hidden. So it takes advantage of the display. This is a 4.2-inch display, so it's not as huge as some of the Android devices, right? So what BlackBerry did is they maximized the screen usage with gestures and hiding the menus that don't always have to be there. So that's kind of neat. Another navigation paradigm is the hub gesture, and it's kind of a combination of 2 gestures. It's a combination of the peek gesture and swiping to the right, and you can peek into the hub. You can peek into the hub without going into it. So if I'm in an app, let's say I'm in App World, I'm looking through some apps or videos or whatever I may be doing, and a notification comes in, I can check the notification and determine if it's important or not. If it's not important, I can just go back to what I was doing. If I think it's important or I'm not sure, I can always swipe up and swipe and see what it is. And then if it's something that needs my attention, I can continue to swipe and go into the hub and answer what I need to answer, and then go back to what I was doing. So it doesn't break the user experience, and it doesn't break the flow of what you're doing. And it really works with you, not against you. It's a different paradigm, and the gestures do make it efficient to navigate. As well as you do have a swipe down gesture from the top, and that reveals some of your settings, and quick access to Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, things like that. The last gesture I want to talk to you guys about is the Overflow Menus. Basically, let's say if I'm in an email or something, and I am kind of deep in the email, and actually here's a better example. If I go in, if I find an email that has multiple, like here. So it took me a couple of taps to get in there. Now I would have to swipe, and get back. But the neat thing is, I can actually press and hold the back button on the action bar. This black bar down here is called the action bar. Press and hold the back key and drag, and I get back to the root And from here, I'm back in the hub, as well as if I do the same thing, I can also open up, I can also open up all the notifications here, everything that plugs into the hub. So this way of swiping and not having to push a button to get out of an app is quite efficient. And actually the last thing is the lock screen. So now the really interesting thing is the swipe down gesture is also kind of handy here, because if I do a swipe down gesture, that brings up the alarm clock. So if I'm done for the day, I'm heading off to bed and I want my alarm to go on, all I have to do is lock the screen, swipe down, and walk away. And it's really convenient. No need to have to set the alarm. It's just a quick way of quickly turning all your notifications off and setting the alarm. And that's kind of neat. So I like the navigation system. It breaks the traditional navigation of icons with a back button and a home button. There's really none of that on BlackBerry 10 at all. It's all gesture and swipe based. So it's kind of an interesting OS and an interesting way of navigating, because I find it doesn't actually break what you're doing, but rather it actually helps you flow into applications and flow out of applications as well. So that was a quick look at the user interface and navigation on BlackBerry 10. I'm Faisal for all things mobile. I'll see you guys in the next video.